Yeah,
What is that?
little
Oh, that's me. I was thinking, what is that?
Oh, is it recording? As usual. Hey, Srimati Dasi, hi bo. Namaste,
Oh,
Madhumangala
no,
Dasi.
no, no, no.
No.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah, let's go. Hi bo, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Un nuevo años prospera. Wishing you health and happiness and real. May you come to have more self and God realization in 2026. I'm Madhumangala Das,
And I'm Srimati Dasi.
and this is JuicyMagiK
On
the
the
go. Where are we today? We're in El Salvador on the coast in a little village called Tequilo, and we're staying at a really, really rustic, beautiful Airbnb. We've decided we're going to just stay here for the rest of our time in El Salvador. We just want to thank you very much for an incredible year. Maybe you can say a little bit about, no gracias. Maybe you can say a little bit about how we started the year. No gracias, señor.
Yeah.
Speak up because the waves are loud.
I can filter them out.
Oh.
It was an incredible year, very unexpected. Started with a journey to India in January and February. And there we went through a lot of austerities, but we visited a lot of holy places, so maybe that gave us some good.
Well, yeah, we know for sure that it did. It gave us some opportunities that came up after we got back to North America that started in Greece with our connection with the very advanced personality, and she guided us to a saintly person who we don't want to get too talky about it.
Yeah, but it's so true. When
personal.
You really search and you let go of all the scammers, which I did, and I really wanted something real.
Pure,
I started searching for a master with a pure heart in 2018, very, very consciously. And most of the people that I found were obviously not having a pure heart. And some that I thought that had a pure heart turned out to be cheaters as well. With some it took me days, some with months, and some it took me years to find out that no, it's still a business, still not real. So we were very, very frustrated and sincere in our search. And finally,
by the mercy and grace of the people that were introducing us to a saintly person, I think that's the highlight, is that if you're serious about your eternal life, we have many instructing gurus, but you must find a living spiritual master in a line of spiritual masters who has realized the truth themselves in its full aspect, not just as Brahman, as the impersonal white light, not just as the localized Lord in the heart, but also as Bhagwan, all three as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
I could never imagine how it would be to meet a real spiritual master, a real Gurudev.
A real Vaishnava.
Real Gurudevi in that case. But when I saw her the first time, I had tears in my eyes. So you will know. When you get to that point, you will know.
Or if you're not sincere, you won't. So.
Yeah, but then you're not sincere.
Yeah. So anyone who's sincerely interested in becoming self and God realized, please connect with us. We will guide you to a bona fide saintly person in a long line of living saintly persons, known as Sampradaya or Parampara. You can also verify everything in Scripture. There's detailed descriptions of what saints look and act and how they withhold themselves in life. We are on the path of practicing Bhakti Yoga. That is, it's a sadhana, a practice of coming to love the Supreme Lord with all our heart, mind, and soul, and love others as much as we love ourselves through this process of devotional service to the Supreme Being. The highest yoga system is Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, and once we met her, changes started happening really fast.
Really fast.
Then it went like, juke, juke, juke.
Yeah, so what a year it's been. We
very excited.
We launched JuicyMagiK before we came across the saintly person. We've had to make some changes.
Yeah.
We don't want to give anything but this absolute truth and pass on what we have come to accept. And the more we accept the truth, the more we become free from our past entanglements. Get beyond good and bad karma is the goal as well, to become free from karma. Because you need a body to reap and sow. So how do we stop this reaping and sowing? This is what the process of sadhana bhakti yoga is all about, finding out. A good friend of mine contacted me yesterday and was asking me some very sincere questions. And that's all it takes, is to come into contact with someone who's sincere and following the process sincerely. I'm not going to be initiating anyone into this process, but I can send you to someone who can and will, and who is qualified.
There's nothing like it.
So we're so incredibly grateful here at JuicyMagiK. We also received, it's not about the clothes and the new books and the new looks, but we did receive new names upon our initiation, and we're very in awe and humbled by that. It's a very humbling process, and we just want to ask for the forgiveness of our viewers for any mistakes we've made, or any, knowingly or unknowingly, anything we've said or done that may have offended anyone, or it's not cool. This is a non-sectarian, universal. The truth doesn't care if you're Hindu or Muslim. The truth is the truth.
Yeah, and we're learning so much every day. So.
It's not American or Russian truth. It's not Democrat or Republican truth. It's not left or right truth. It's the truth, the absolute truth. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Free from what? Free from material bondage. Free from suffering, life after life after life. Free from causing other entities harm, because you haven't had the education to know that that's also a child of God. I want to thank Srimati Dasi, my wife Maria, for being on this journey with me together, and it's very awe-inspiring. You don't have to give up your business or your wife or your kids or any of these things. You don't have to go sit on a mountaintop and be like oming, your guts out, although that helps, but it won't hurt. If you're sincere, it'll lead you to the whole purpose of our pilgrimage. And the whole purpose of pilgrimage isn't to visit places, it's to find a living spiritual master. That is the ultimate goal. And then to render loving service to them and submissively ask questions of them, not in a condescending or aggressive manner. If you're going to do that, just forget about it. Just keep going. If you know better, if you're already a know-it-all, then stay in your lane. But if you've had enough of the rat shit, as I call it, because horse shit and cow shit, really, really good shit. But rat shit, I'm sure it serves a purpose somewhere in nature, but it's not so good for humans. And we don't do much. We don't collect rat shit and then put it in our garden.
Can you stop talking about shit?
Yeah, it's all shit until you get off this wheel.
Yeah, I'm just in total awe of how gentle this process is. I'm remembering all these Kundalini exercises and this stuff that I did.
Same.
And it was very forceful.
Ooh.
I was always pushing the energy. And even one of my teachers, she said, push, you have to push more. And I'm like, why do I have to push the energy?
Those are energies much bigger than us, and force will come back on you like a tidal wave.
So it's incredible how gentle this process is. And on the other hand, gentle but so powerful.
So real, so
for
sobering.
For years, I won't say what now, but for years I had quite an issue. And in my mantra meditations, when I was chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra, my rounds every day, sometimes I prayed for something. And I was praying for this really bad thing to go away. And then I went through a harsh time remembering lives where this came from. And I was totally horrified because it was such a bad thing. And I was in this body of this person. I was this person. I knew it. It was the same nightmare coming again, where I did that. So I got the answer where that came from. And then I freed my guts out. Please, Krishna, take it away. I don't want to be like that. It was horrific. Please,
take away
please.
Those desires, those material desires.
Yeah, although there were gone desires, but the memory was still in my body. And then somehow the desires were still there. And I just prayed my guts out. Please take it away. Please let me be your humble servant. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this anymore. Please take it away. I do anything. And he took it away, and it's gone now. And
All by
that's
the grace
incredible.
of our spiritual master.
That's totally incredible, because I spent 30 years always coming back to the same thing, and it got me into so much trouble. And now it's gone. And in such a gentle way. It took a while, it took a couple weeks, but it's gone now. And I didn't have to do anything.
And now new
I
things will
just
come up.
prayed, yes. But I think if I went through that, I will manage, because I have somebody to turn to.
Yes, you do.
I can turn to Guru Devi, I can turn to Krishna, I can turn to Radha, and they're here.
And there's nothing like having a like-minded community. It's not a team process.
It's so
You're not joining a team, but it is very, very, very instructive, and it's recommended to associate with people that are also sincerely interested in learning the absolute truth and becoming self-realized. Who am I? What's my eternal essence, position, function? And God realized, like, who is God, and how do I serve Him with love? How do I not try to become Him, because you never will be Him?
No, don't try.
But how do I become godly in qualities? How do I become righteous? Not like arrogant, but righteous in the sense that, how do I become a real human being? As an upstand, as the Sufis say, that until we have a taste of this God consciousness, we remain like dead, like the dead.
So all this, I just read an article yesterday about energy cleaning and cleansing and chakra healing. And like, oh my God, I did that for 30 years and it didn't solve my problem.
It's like the elephants, they get clean in the water and then they come out and throw dirt all over themselves.
It's just, forget about it.
You need
you can try it, keep doing your thing. But if you really want results, just chant the Hare Krishna Mantra.
And then seek a living spiritual master.
Yes. But
they will give you really good instructions.
It's such a difference.
Yeah.
It's such a difference. And all these cleansings happen then anyhow, but you don't have to push anything. It's such a blessing. It's true mercy. That's how true mercy feels.
Who I thought was my best friend in life, my physical father, he left his body, and it just like, it ripped apart my illusion that I was somehow secure. And
you still took shelter in him.
I sometimes still took shelter in him. I was trying to take shelter in God, but it really accelerated. I'm grateful that he left, in the sense that it was his time. There was nothing we could do to change it. And I gave him everything I could and told him everything I needed to tell him, and I actually introduced him to this process. And we chanted the Maha Mantra together. But this process, really getting serious about it and finding a living spiritual master and a community, has also really, really accelerated my ability to deal with the old age. I have a long-time disease. A lot of my current mom in her body, she's currently in the form of my mom. She'll be leaving, and all of her friends are leaving, and it's really hard to watch. It's just really hard to struggle in this world if we make all the temporary names and forms of this world our shelter. And Jesus and other saintly persons say, don't do that. Don't build your house at low tide in the sand. Now, it doesn't mean we can't love other living entities, but we should not try to take shelter in them, because they're not meant to give us shelter. That's why Jesus said, love God, Abba, Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Person, with all your heart, mind, soul, your very being. Once we start to do that, we start to feel more real love for others, not this business, get you to sign up for something or join this, or let's get you saved, or all this. These are still very much material conceptions. Salvationism, liberation, theology, religiosity, piety. These are all not the goal. The goal, unequivocally, is absolute love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure love for Him. And then love for all living entities, who are all in our one giant family. This is unity and diversity. Chinta Beta Beta Tattva. So this year has been the greatest year ever for both of us.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to come across such a saintly person in Hawaii in 1999, but I wasn't able to. I wasn't ready, and I wasn't mature enough, and I fell away. So if you're going through hell, keep going. Don't give up, but maybe give in a little bit, surrender a little bit to
something higher.
Admitting that we can't do this on our own.
No.
Not only do we need to have God, but we need His.
Or maybe somebody can, but they're really, really rare, and there would have to be some sort of demigod.
But still, even the demigods have a spiritual master.
We have to turn.
Look at
to-
Lord Brahma
yeah,
instructed Narada Muni, one
that's
of the
true.
greatest transcendental spacemen in cosmic history.
So don't try. Don't
So
try to be like
follow
that.
the saintly persons. Jesus Christ did not teach until he surrendered fully at the feet of his living in the flesh spiritual
Yeah.
master, St. John. Why not follow his perfect example? Which is first find such a master. Jesus didn't have to look far because it was all set up that way. But what did God say? This is my good son with whom I'm really well pleased. And Jesus says to us, the least among you is capable of what I have done and more. So actually trust in Jesus and follow his example. Find a living saint, seek confidential knowledge from them, open your heart to them. But first also know that there are many false
Oh yeah.
teachers out there. So make sure you always pray, let me know and come to the absolute truth, no matter how inconvenient, no matter how difficult or strange it might seem about their teaching, but maybe actually contrary to what the religiosity or liberation and personal meditation that you've been doing. But it will actually satisfy. It'll give you the taste for that you are always anxious, that I'm always anxious, that every living entity is always searching for the nectar of love for God. Hare Krishna. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, and I want to
Happy
thank
New Year.
I want to
Happy
thank
New
you, our audience. I want to thank the entire Bhumi Devi, who is the demigod responsible, or the devotee responsible for the earth. She is the presiding deity of this earth. I want to thank all the living entities,
The great devotee.
all the material elements that belong to God, all of the opportunities and challenges we've had. Of course, we want to thank Her Divine Grace, Shamarani Devi. We want to thank all the great acharyas and our Shiksha Gurus like Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Keshav Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Siddhanta Goswami, one of our living Shiksha Gurus. I want to thank Jagat Guru, Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, and all of his incredible devotees around the world I literally have had hundreds of people try to give me this information in such a loving way. And I'm a very slow learner, so sorry, please
You're
forgive
still
me.
learning.
And thanks for tuning in, and we hope that our journeys, as we try to share some confidential mistakes, bloopers, real problems and challenges on this beautiful path, back home, back to Godhead, back to the spiritual kingdom that Jesus is describing, that are so much more vividly described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Srimad Bhagavat, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, all these books that Lord Chaitanya
Such
asked
treasures.
his disciples to write about. Only 550 years ago. So close. We're still reaching out and touching that Rupanuga Varga, that living, electrified line, of which we are just trying to be dust particles. Yeah.
Well, we would be blessed to be classified because at the lotus feet.
Yes.
So thank you for watching.
This is JuicyMagiK
On
on the go, and let us know. We're very interested with World Cup coming up in June. We want to use this global gambling fiasco, which is really what it is, but would like to use the opportunity to have a Bhagavad Gita as it is retreat. Let us know if you're interested. It would all be free. We would require a small donation to cover some of the food that we'll purchase, but it will just be the retail costs of the food that we're going to be making. We're going to be showing people how they can sanctify material food so that it becomes free from karmic reaction and becomes prasad, mercy, the Lord's mercy. We want to show people how they can learn to actually meditate on God and become really happy and free. And we'll introduce you to some wonderful literatures and people and some taxes. We'll have some bonfires. We'll stay very close to the house and the land that we have, that we are currently stewarding. Nothing in the world belongs to us. It's God's property, but we've been tasked with stewarding and shepherding this particular property for now, and we're going to try our best to use it for our loving service. And we'll introduce you to our Guru Devi, and we may have some guests on video. There's some very, very wonderful God sisters and God brothers who can come and highlight certain aspects of this path. And if you're really, really interested in knowing the absolute truth, if you're tired of all the charlatan and business transactions in the name of spirituality, if you really, really want to know the absolute truth and practice a path that will help you now and later, that will help you and every living entity, that's good now and later, good for you and the whole world, good for not just humans, but all life forms, and learn the truth of Lord Jesus Christ's teachings and how they're applied right here and now, then please contact us, and we'll make it happen. It'll be amazing. It'll be a first for us. Boy, it's a challenge. It's scary to and exciting to think about this, but this is, I think, what will be small groups, but this is for 6 weeks. So anyway, 6 weeks. Bhagavad Gita every day, mantra meditation, kirtans. You'll actually learn how to pray in a group with 2 or 3 or more people in the name of the Lord, and there He will be between us and around us and in us. And we'll just be polishing the heart. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Happy New Year. May peace prevail in our hearts. May peace prevail in our families, and may peace prevail on earth. God blesses everyone, but let us return the favor of His mercy and start to think of Him. Think of what will please Him. Think of what will make Him happy. And then we'll start to get off this wheel of the endless me, mine, I. Instead, it's Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare. Special shout out to Krishna Vallabhadasi and our awesome God brother Gadadas, who's been patiently helping us. And of course, Sacred Vedic Arts and Her Grace Shamarani Bidi. Namaste, Hare Bol. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.